What is the true beef between Endeavor versus Shigaraki? Good morning, pizza people. As I was reading chapter 280 of My Hero Academia, I noticed something that actually kinda struck me as a reader, okay? Now, I don't know if you pizza people remember, but at the end of chapter 280, right, Tomura, Shigaraki, and Endeavor, they had a short dialogue where it went along the lines of Endeavor almost looking down on Shigaraki or whatever, right? Because the way Endeavor is trying to kind of be condescending to Shigaraki, he's basically telling him, you have hollow ideas, so as much destruction as you want to cause, as destructive and as crazy as you want to get, it won't matter because you're not firm in your ideas. Which Shigaraki takes offense to this because he's like, hey yo, if we keeping it 100, you heroes are the ones with hollow ideas to begin with, okay? Like, you guys go out of your way hurting your own families just to help people, okay? And the more I thought about this, the more it made sense, okay? Because if you truly think about the words that Endeavor said to Shigaraki, it's almost like he's reflecting upon his own shallow, hollow ideals as a hero, okay? Like, of course those have changed over time, but if you truly think about it, to begin with, he's the one that's truly hollow in this conversation here, okay? He's the one that's honestly less morally right than maybe even Shigaraki to a certain extent, even though Shigaraki has killed people. But let's not forget, the same guy that said you're hollow in your ideals is the same guy that had multiple children, abusing them, putting them through extraneous training exercises, mentally damaging them for years on end, just to create the #1 hero. He didn't love these kids, he didn't want these kids unless they had the perfect power of ice and fire. Which, fortunately for Endeavor at least, is that Todoroki was born, okay? But if you think about the true conception of Todoroki's birth, he was born to fulfill the ideas of a man that had already failed at life, which at this point in time is Endeavor, okay? Like, of course Endeavor is the #1 hero, but it wasn't through the means in which he wanted to obtain it. In my personal opinion, you can even go as far to say that Shigaraki is almost more firm in his ideas of becoming the most destructive villain and tearing down heroic society as we know it than Endeavor is in his quest to be the best #1 hero he can be. Like, Shigaraki's backstory alone makes him more firm in his beliefs than Endeavor has been in throughout the whole story, and that's not to hate on Endeavor, but it's just the cold honest truth that Horikoshi has written Endeavor as this character that's truly not firm in his beliefs to be a great father, nonetheless a great #1 hero. And I think it even sticks out more the fact that in this short dialogue between Endeavor and Shigaraki, right, when he's talking about how heroes hurt his own family to hurt complete strangers, he specifically says, "Dad told me that." And when he says this, it specifically pans to Endeavor's face. And you know why? Because this may be Horikoshi's almost chance at calling back to the fact that Endeavor was still a bad dad at the end of the day. Like, no matter how much redemption he tries to give him, he's still a bad dad. And you can't even go as far as to say Shigaraki's dad was bad because he didn't support his own son in wanting to be a hero, right? And that's where the dark truth comes in, because Endeavor and Shigaraki are two sides of the same coin. One father who overly pushed his son to be the #1 hero, overly drove his son to almost madness and maybe even death because he wanted to abuse him to make him the #1 hero. And then one guy, Shigaraki, where he was not supported by his family at all, leading him to killing his family, not on purpose albeit, but killing his family and going straight to madness and leading him down a path where he becomes a man that's going to destroy hero society. And this is partly why I think this fight between Shigaraki and Endeavor might be one of the most important fights within My Hero Academia, because it doesn't stick out as a fight that's been set up since the very beginning. But if you go all the way back since chapter 1, well, the first few chapters that Endeavor and Shigaraki were both introduced, this is a match more important than All Might versus Shigaraki, if we're being honest. This is the fight of hollow ideas versus solid ideas, and that's why I think it probably has to be Shigaraki the one. He has to be the one to kill Endeavor, or he has to beat Endeavor to a pulp and force his own ideas into Endeavor. Like, force him to understand what it means to have solid ideas. Maybe this could be a chance for some character development between Endeavor more than he's had already. Because even though he has improved as not only a person, but as a better written character over the course of the series, like, there's still one last final good push of character development that's stopping him from being like peak writing, okay, like peak redemption. And that's exactly what we're waiting on. And that's exactly why I feel like this fight between Shigaraki and Endeavor might be the testament for development when it comes to this series. Like, two characters that had to go from ground zero to being built up to who they are now are finally about to face off, and that's why this fight will be raw. But pizza people, that's all I really have to say for this video. If you agree with my dark truth for the fight between Endeavor and Shigaraki, then let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below, because I honestly feel like this fight might be cold if that's what they're trying to set up. That's honestly what I feel like Horikoshi is trying to set up, and I'm honestly excited for how it's going to turn out. Maybe Endeavor will die, maybe Shigaraki will let him get off with missing like a lot of body parts and just overall losing a lot in this battle. But pizza people, until next time, my name is Tine Pizza, and I will see you pizza people on the other side of the slice. We move.